The whole time I've run my YouTube channel, I've never given investment advice, but seeing as this is the bear market, there's no other better time to take advantage of this situation. So I'm going to name you cryptocurrency projects in this video that I think are going to exist in the next 10 years. So guys, stay tuned for the whole video. So the first thing we want to look at is obviously Big Daddy Bitcoin, guys. There's no other way to look at this. It's the longest chain. It has the longest history, especially speaks to the origins of a blockchain and all these standards that we're looking at today. Security and being able to move value from one point to another across the globe without any intermediary. So Bitcoin is basically, if it fails, everything fails. So Bitcoin has to survive because it's the one that has a proven track record over time. So Bitcoin is the number one mentioned as one of those things that will probably exist in the next 10 years. And the closest you'll find is this website, which is, I guess it's anonymous. At the end of the website, there's an address where you can donate to these people. Maybe it's Bitcoin Foundation, but obviously whoever they are, maybe you can find out who they are, but I believe it's in their best interest to keep themselves secret because you don't want the government snooping around. But that is not the whole point. The point is, if you want to get more information about this network, they have some interesting resources like potential scams, legal status, support them, and so on. So the Bitcoin standard, Bitcoin is available for everyone. Anyone can start their own website and start their own sort of, information blog or whatever about the Bitcoin standard. So Bitcoin is the first one and it takes the first place. Now the next one, I'll give them a benefit of doubt, Ethereum, because they innovated the smart contracts ecosystem. What we see, decentralized finance, the exciting stuff, NFTs, all these standards like the contracts, the ERC20 tokens, the 1155 contracts, the other types of contracts that you can use on the Ethereum blockchain that have enabled people to run these things called smart contracts that allow all kinds of value to be transacted from one person to another with an intermediary being a smart contract, which means you can allow things like escrow, money being locked up within a contract, or other kinds of interactions. So that's where DeFi came from, decentralized finance, being able to interact with the smart contract to do the things that you want to do, like lending and borrowing and all that kind of stuff. So Ethereum takes that place, and the closest you find, probably organized by the Ethereum organization or foundation. This is a website where you can see, welcome to Ethereum. Ethereum is the community-run technology powered by cryptocurrency Ethereum, and thousands of decentralized applications are built on the Ethereum network. So of course with Ethereum you can pick a wallet, different Web3 wallets support Ethereum, get ETH, so I guess for testing and all the other kinds of things, or finding out how you can interact with it, use decentralized applications, start building. There's many resources out there. For example, if you want to build on another blockchain, it might be hard to find resources, but with Ethereum you find a lot of free content on YouTube, free content on websites. So it has a massive community support as far as development is concerned, and most of these scaling solutions are embedding themselves with Ethereum. But guys, remember, most of those scaling solutions, that's not just where they're going to stop. They're going to evolve into other complex blockchains as the future goes on, as we move forward in this cryptocurrency space. So there's going to be massive competition, but as far as longevity is concerned, and as far as liquidity and value, of course Ethereum has to take that second place. And the other one is the Binance ecosystem, which is purely the biggest centralized ecosystem in the world, running some of the biggest also decentralized ecosystem within the crypto space. They provided tremendous amount of value in the cryptocurrency space because of how much they tap. They're able to spread out their utility across the globe. So obviously these guys are probably going to be around in the next 10 years. And of course the best way to find out about Binance is going to their Binance.com. So all these, you can, when you use a site like CoinMarketCap, you can go to the website here. You can just click here and this will link you to some of these links, which should be the most legitimate links to actually check out these ecosystems. Don't click anywhere else. Try to use these like CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, go through those links to check out these places, because you need to be safe in the cryptocurrency space. So buy, trade, hold 600 plus cryptocurrencies on Binance. Guys, what is our third mention of cryptocurrency that's probably going to exist in the next 10 years? Polygon Matic. This is the first, arguably the first cryptocurrency that set themselves out specifically to scale the Ethereum network. And if you check out their website, guys, they've integrated so many other technologies like ZK rollups, side chains, all other kinds of technologies they're looking at to scale the Ethereum network, or to be the most competitive layer 2 scaling solution. They've been embedded into other decentralized exchanges, decentralized platforms, metaverses. They're out there. pulling them out of the market just means pulling everything out of the market. Like you saw with the Terra Luna crash. Terra Luna was so new, but it was able to destroy so much value within the crypto space. So these platforms right here, they're way more embedded within the crypto ecosystem than that platform ever was. Bitcoin is everywhere. Ethereum is everywhere. Binance is everywhere. Matic is embedded also everywhere. So that's one of the reasons why I've mentioned those ones as the ones that are going to survive in the next 10 years. What is our next mention? Chainlink. Chainlink, I mentioned it today because Chainlink is basically the blockchain you go to if you want data. And they have this new standard where they've actually released a roadmap where they have these things called proof of reserves. They're solidifying more their MO of Oracle. They're providing Oracle data. We've seen with this bear market the importance of being able to keep price fits, the importance of being able to keep track of one asset mirroring another asset. This goes into NFTs, this goes into all kinds of things. So Chainlink, in terms of providing that much needed data, takes that place, and for that utility is probably going to be around in the next 10 years. And of course, if you click on the link, then you can find out more about Chainlink and what they're about. Securely connect smart contracts with off-chain data and services. So these are the guys, there's no other way to state this. And if they fail, it will be on them because they have the trust within the ecosystem. They have a lot of platforms relying on them, and you can see Aave, Synthetics, Compound, Paxos, Celsius, which unfortunately has the things happening with them right now. Nexus as well, another centralized lending platform, but they're doing okay. Ethereum name service, guys. That's one of the biggest name services decentralized on the Ethereum network. All these people are relying on data feeds from Chainlink. All the blockchains I've named so far have massive utility, but they've also, not only do they have massive utility, but they've embedded themselves in the cryptocurrency space so much. The other mention is the Cosmos ecosystem. That's the other blockchain I'm mentioning today as one that might exist in the next 10 years. Why? Because these guys are essentially the leaders in interchain connectivity, blockchain interconnectivity, and they have proven themselves beyond all things to be resilient. The Terra Luna blockchain was built on these guys. As that blockchain was in a death spiral, nothing changed on the Cosmos ecosystem. By the way, this is just the Cosmos Atom here. The reason why you're seeing this price fit is because the Cosmos Atom or the Cosmos Hub is one of the leading security. Most of the innovations you're seeing on the Cosmos ecosystem is because these guys tried them first, or rather they presented infrastructure that other people could use, and that's why they're respected. Now with the Cosmos ecosystem, you have to compete with everyone else. Unlike things like Ethereum, where there's Ethereum, then you can create tokens, but you still always have to pay in the Ethereum gas fees. On the Cosmos, you don't need to pay gas fees in here. So that's why these guys could easily be leaders in things like interchain security. So if you want to build a resilient blockchain, you want to build a product on the Cosmos ecosystem, then you want to source your liquidity from the Cosmos Atom Hub because they're building for that. Any other person, any other chain, any other ecosystem or company, institution, or any other programmer or whatever can build their own blockchain on the Cosmos ecosystem and compete on an equal playing field with these guys. So that's why I'm mentioning Cosmos, not only the Cosmos ecosystem, but specifically Cosmos Atom, because they fronted most of the innovation that we see on the Cosmos chain and the Cosmos interconnectivity ecosystem as it's going to grow as the future moves forward in crypto. So of course, when you click on the link, guys, you're opened up to the world of Cosmos, and you can see all the dApps, including Binance, Crypto.com, and of course the others building interconnectivity with Ethereum. There's so many integrations. Some of the blockchains that I talk about here that I'm most excited about, they've upgraded to some of the latest software development kit or Cosmos programming languages that will allow them to develop smart contracts to seamlessly interact with these. Basically the technologies that we can't wait to see, the possibilities that we can't wait to see with this interchain standard as we move forward. So guys, the next project I think will exist in the next 10 years is obviously Filecoin. Filecoin. These are one of the oldest blockchains within this ecosystem, and basically if you open your OpenSea and you look at your NFT on OpenSea, unfortunately I didn't open up one here, those NFTs, that data that cannot be changed is essentially interplanetary file system, which comes from the Filecoin people. They innovated that, so they're embedded deeply within the NFT space, and that's why pulling them out of the ecosystem is close to impossible, because not only have they infiltrated through the adoption, through the other platforms voluntarily taking in their technologies, and also the others, it's a voluntary thing. No one was forced. Not only have they embedded themselves, but their product has proven to be a proper market fit that actually works right now, that has been working and continues to be stronger and is decentralized. And is substantially decentralized. So, and they're continuing to build. So I think Filecoin, if not the token itself, the technology of Filecoin itself is not going anywhere. And that's why I'm saying this is another ecosystem that's going to continue to exist. Now, of course, you might search, where do my NFTs go after I buy them? Now, there's different options you'll be given. They can be stored on the blockchain, they can be stored on this, but also they'll go deep into some things called like interplanetary file system. That's what I talked about. You're able to confirm that the metadata is frozen via the IPFS through the public asset page. Now, when you go to your OpenSea, you can click a little link. There's some numbers there. You can click on them, and that can lead you to the Etherscan, or a place where you can see all the activity. And through there, you can see something called a CID or a command ID. Actually, that's the one you click on, and this will point you to that specific NFT every single time. The way blockchains work, if you change something in the past, something in the future changes as well. So these are extremely unique or super unique IDs that could never change. So a very important feature that's coming from the Filecoin ecosystem. And if you click on the web link, you see Filecoin is a decentralized storage network designed to store humanity's most important information. That's not just a gimmick, that's a real thing happening. And there are tools that you can use today to start storing your information on the Filecoin standard, or the interplanetary file system rather. Let's not use the Filecoin standard because that might put off some people. So the technology itself that they're building, but we cannot put both of them belong together. It's like the people that say we cannot mention Bitcoin and then we mention blockchain. We just want blockchain, but we don't want Bitcoin. That's not how it works. Both pieces serve a very fundamental rule, because if people were not, if there wasn't a speculative nature about cryptocurrencies, let's be real, no one would be here. So the next cryptocurrency that I want to talk about, most of you might be shocked, but it's Pax Gold. These guys have gold reserves in the UK. They have gold reserves everywhere. There's no other token you want to buy if you want to invest in gold as far as digital currencies. I mean, there are other platforms you can use that are legitimate, that are protected by the United States registry and all that stuff. Like Uphold is one of the other platforms you can use to buy shares and all these things and gold. But in terms of open market networks where you can go and just buy a token that represents a mirror of gold, these are the guys. So, and if you have a certain level of investment of their tokens, you can actually I read this about 2 years ago, so I hope it's still the same. Maybe over $600,000 or $700,000 invested this token, you can actually claim them for the real physical gold. So a digital token backed by physical gold. Pax Gold is a digital asset. Each token is backed by 1 fine troy ounce of a 400-ounce London Good Delivery gold bar stored in Brinks vaults. If you own, so clearly they didn't change it, that's pretty cool. If you own Pax G, you own the underlying physical gold held in custody by Paxos Trust Company. So guys, I'm not just mentioning random companies out there, I'm mentioning crypto companies that probably are going to be around in the next 10 years because of the utility they are providing. Of course, gold ain't going nowhere, no matter what anyone says. It's still going to remain one of those assets that many countries can control. A country can hold Bitcoin to be its reserve asset, but the programmers understand better how Bitcoin works, even if it's substantially decentralized. With gold, governments at least understand and control, and they know where it comes from, and they can control the supply and all this and that. But of course, gold stuff is always controversial. The point is cryptocurrencies that are going to be there. And lastly, guys, if not one of the best performing assets in the whole crypto space, don't quote me on that one, but this one is one of those cryptos, Decentraland Mana. This crypto is one of the cryptos with the biggest utility in this world because it's backed up by one of the biggest, essentially, metaverses that exist. It has demand for creating wearables. It has demand for voting. There's companies that have established themselves within here. Samsung, all other companies. Small companies. Small because they're unknown. Big because they have a lot of money, that are generating revenue within this space. Different tokens lie within this ecosystem, not just their token. Different NFTs can be delegated in the play to earn arena. Some of them are still the lowest price, $700. Then what about the limited ones? So this, you can't play around with this one. This one actually takes the cake. should I say. This one takes the cake because it has a direct utility, it has direct demand, and it's been one of the best performing assets in the whole crypto space. And this token has demand for creating wearables, it has demand for buying land, it has demand for creating other things, voting power. There's different economies within the decentralized ecosystems that can do a lot of things, that have their own tokens, that have their own NFTs that can be delegated. We have casinos in there, we have companies like Samsung, we have other designer companies, we have small players within there that have massive estates, they have a lot of money building economies within Decentraland. In my opinion, this is one of the best assets, and it's going to exist for sure 10 years from today. Don't quote me on this one, but I'm rooting for this one, and because purely the utility and the fact that people need the currency for an in-game economics, a platform or a metaverse that continues to grow, that continues to push the boundaries, not just by itself, but also the people engaged within Decentraland continue to push the boundaries of this ecosystem. And that's why you see, despite the market crashing like this token, even if it has dropped as well, it has done pretty well. Now, this is not investment advice. This is just talking about some of these use cases in the cryptocurrency space. And I'm talking about these blue chip blockchains or cryptocurrencies that are most likely going to exist purely out of utility. Now, the last thing I want to throw you guys before we end this video is this section. You guys know I love AI. And I'm not too big on companies that front themselves as they're going to be the leaders in AI or machine learning and this, but still we have to give credit where credit is due because some people are trying. Now, when you go to CoinMarketCap, you'll see this list that lists specifically top AI and big data tokens by market capitalization. Not by what they're building, but just market capitalization, the graph. The graph is extremely popular, and I'm sure people have heard a lot about the graph in the past. Ocean Protocol is one of the first, and they have this beautiful data marketplace on their website where you can buy and trade data, you can create your own data and sell it there. Pretty cool. And then of course Fetch.AI, it's the third in terms of coin market cap, in terms of market capitalization, and these guys started off with these autonomous economic agents, and now they're deeply embedded within the Cosmos ecosystem, and they're trying to build their own security, their own so they're building stuff, decentralized exchanges and so on. So in terms of AI based tokens that actually I know about, I know Singularity Network, but I'm not really giving an opinion, investment advice, but I'm just saying things the way they are. As the last part of this video, these I don't know if they're going to exist 10 years from today, but I think as a guy that loves AI, it's very exciting to see some of these tokens out there, and we shall see, keep track as we move forward to see some of these names actually survive as we move forward. It's going to depend on how much they compete, how much they build, and their resilience as we move forward in the digital currency space. Alright guys, I hope you learned something, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye bye.